Alright, so this is my second reply. This time I will reply to Fall Arc. Let's go ahead. So regarding your first paragraph, that's totally fine if you don't want to learn the language. I think, if you don't want to learn the language, there's really no point in playing the game. I don't regret switching from a platformer to the language learning game. For the main reason that I would rather quit game development entirely than do a platformer. I just feel like there are so many of them. It's just bleh. I don't have a word for it. Regarding the second paragraph, I don't really understand. I'll quote one sentence particular. None of the skills and power-ups seem to be related in language learning in any way. Well, they're not supposed to. I don't know if you ever played Paper Mario or something like that. That's kind of like the gameplay mechanic I want to reproduce in my game. So, the attacks are not supposed to be, I'm not actually sure of how attacks or abilities in any ways would be related to language learning. The idea is that you have to guess vocabulary cards, and if you guess them correctly, then you boost up the power of your either offensive and defensive abilities. That's pretty much the gist of the game. So I don't know if you've played the game. Reading your message, I don't know if you have, because I'll just quote another sentence. If you don't know what each kind of sounds, you don't get to beat your foes. If you already know what each kind of sounds, then the game plays. Okay, yeah, I don't think you've played the game. See, the thing is, when you're in battle in the game, if you have a wrong answer, then the right answer is indicated. So you learn from your mistake, right? And also, you don't guess one character at a time. You guess like 4. So if you get 3 out of 4, you get an attack which is at 75% of what it could be. And if you get 4 out of 4, then it's 100%. So it's not an all or nothing here. So it's not like if you only guess, if you only guess 2 out of 4, then you lose the game. That's not it. It's just, it'll be a harder battle, or you'll take more damage or something like that. But it's not unbeatable. It's kind of hard to explain. I think I would recommend. I was about to say you should test the game, but you don't want to learn the language, so there's no point. Anyways, I'm going to reply to the last paragraph. As far as what kind of player I'm targeting, I'm just targeting people who want to learn Japanese and who like video games, really. As far as learning the language in the game, again, I think you should just play the game. If you're really curious and you want to find out, just give the game a spin. It's free, and then you can see how it works. But as far as the actual learning, it's limited to learning vocabulary, not grammar. Would they learn Japanese, and why is it good, even superior to looking at the? It's a good question. That's my favorite part of your message. How they would learn Japanese through repetition, pretty much. I'm a language teacher in real life, and vocabulary is the major, the major block when people are learning a language. What I'm trying to say is you can actually communicate with someone okay if you have no knowledge of grammar, but you know a lot of vocabulary. But you can have a perfect knowledge of grammar, and with little vocabulary, we just can't communicate. So that's why I decided to focus on actual vocabulary. And how is it superior? Well, it's just fun. It's pretty clear as far as teaching is concerned that if you make a learning activity fun, then you win, because people will learn without being aware that they're learning. So yeah, that's why. Staring at a sheet of paper with a 50 sounds table is boring. So that's why people won't do it and they won't learn. That's my answer. Thanks, and thanks for your comment, and welcome to the thread, by the way.